Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Serious. Let's do a quick update on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So, if we look at Bitcoin on the daily chart, I mentioned in my last video that we really need to keep an eye on that key support zone. And right now, Bitcoin hasn't quite reached that area yet. So, yeah, I'm still leaning toward that support zone. After that failed breakout we saw earlier, I said everyone needs to watch the 0.618 retracement and the lower boundary of the previous consolidation box, which is right around $107,000. And look, Bitcoin hit $118,000 again and then dumped. So there's still a high probability we come back down and test $107,000 support. Now, switching to the 1-hour chart, I actually opened a long around the 0.618 retracement from bottom to top. That was right around $111,350. Then I took some partial profits near the 0.618 retracement from top to bottom, around $113,850, which is resistance. And that's why I always say the 0.618 level is kind of magical. If you look again, the 0.618 was also around $117,950, which was the recent rebound high. I already pointed out in my previous video that $113,850 was a major resistance zone. So if you wanted to short, that was the key area to watch. It's basically the old support turned resistance from the consolidation box. And yeah, yesterday we saw a false breakout there, price rejected, and now it's back down testing the lower 0.618 support zone. So if you did catch that short, congrats. Right now, as Bitcoin retests this support, I would suggest scaling out some profits, because honestly, it could just stay choppy inside this range. If support breaks, sure, you can keep holding and look for that $107,000 target. But if it holds, then Bitcoin's just stuck in a sideways range. Overall, momentum looks weak. The bounces haven't been strong at all. So, yeah, the odds still favor continuation lower. If this key level doesn't hold, then, in my view, there's a very high chance we drop toward $107,000. All right, let's move on to Ethereum. On the 4-hour chart, I mentioned last time there was a critical support zone to watch. But right now, we haven't seen any bullish price action there, so honestly, I don't have any reason to go long yet. If we zoom into the 1-hour, you can see Ethereum hasn't even been able to break its recent swing high. I was watching that level closely, but it rejected before even touching resistance and dropped again. So yeah, as of now, Ethereum still doesn't have a bullish signal. I'm not going long here. Unless, we see real bullish price action show up later. For now, the short-term structure is just down, very clear on the hourly. I was actually planning to short from higher up, but since price never got there, I didn't take the trade. Now, on the daily chart, this is the scary part. If Ethereum fails to hold $3,963, that's the 0.618 retracement and also lines up with two previous daily highs. If it loses that level and closes below it, then yeah, that opens the door to much lower targets. Next support around $3,350, and if that breaks, then potentially down to $2,850. So bottom line, right now, long positions on Ethereum are very risky. Finally, let's talk about Solana. On the 1-hour chart, I mentioned before that the breakout failed here. If you saw that video, I said this was a really clean short setup, and that short played out beautifully, targeting the previous low. It even broke lower, forming that classic M pattern. I also had a short order set around that breakdown, and yeah, I closed it out around $200. Now, price has bounced back a bit from $200, so what I'm watching is this trendline resistance. If Solana rejects at that level, then it could be another good shorting opportunity. Alright guys, that's all for today's update. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Serious and also follow me on Twitter for more real-time updates. Catch you in the next one.